Welcome to my channel, you guys. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys about the update on my arm, the new brace that I have, and so much more. My name is Anthony, and here's another episode of Health and Wellness. Stitches, you guys, so I'm just waiting for them to take this Plaster Splint off. Okay, you guys, so I'm back, you guys. I made it back from the hospital, so I'm here at home right now, extremely excited right now because I no longer have my caster splint on. I can actually move my arm a little bit more, you know, so I can start doing exercises and stuff like that. But most importantly, if I just want to scratch or do like something similar to a scratching sensation on my arm, I can easily do that. But the coolest part is the brace that I have. Once I got into the hospital, the doctors immediately was like, okay, let's go ahead and get you in this bed so we can cut off this Plaster Splint. The Plaster Splint came off, but before they were able to put the stitches in, they decided to tell me to go to X-ray. They wanted to make sure that my humerus bone was still, you know, together after they put the metals in, and it was healing. Once they got the results, they saw that the progress was positive, and they were ready to go ahead and take out the stitches. Are you ready? Yeah. This is what it looks like once they took the stitches out. So I'm still in my brace right now. So I'm still in the brace. So what I want to do is just go ahead and take the brace off so you guys can see what the wound looks like after the stitches were taken out. So they told me that my skin healed pretty fast after the surgery. So this is what it looks like without the stitches right here. So it goes all the way down to right here underneath my elbow, my forearm. Now, as you can see, as I was saying earlier, I was saying that it felt so good up here, but then it started to hurt down here because the further down the cut was, the closer the skin was molding to each other. So you can barely tell that there was a cut down here, but definitely up here. Now, as you can see like a little dot. You see like a little dot right there? Now that dot is there because they had a tube in there. So when I had the surgery on December 30th, I was in the hospital for 2 days. So they had that tube in there to suck out the excess blood. So they didn't want to have like an infection going on in there. So that's the reason why I was in the hospital for 2 days, mainly for that. So that's what the dot is right there. Okay, so usually what I would do is I just took off my my sleeve so I could do this video, so that's why you see the residue on there. Well, so usually what I do is you know, once I take a shower so once I get out of the shower, I usually use either peroxide or alcohol to rub on it afterwards. I don't know why I do that, just make me feel like I'm actually getting all the bacteria and stuff out of it. Luckily it doesn't burn when I put those things on there, but after I do that, I let it dry, and then I go ahead and put some cocoa butter on it so I can try to help not only the healing process, but to lessen the scarring as much as I can. Now usually after I take a shower and put the cocoa butter on, I usually let the cocoa butter kind of like just absorb into my skin before I put like some clothing over it, because I don't want the clothing to absorb the cocoa butter. I want my skin to take all of it. So once I do that, especially when I go out in public, I usually have this compression sleeve right here. So this compression sleeve helps me to cover up the wound there. And in the beginning, when my arm was still just kind of wobbly a little bit, it was kind of like, you know, compressing everything back to its normal state. Okay, so usually, this is what I usually do to actually put on the sleeve. Now you can actually put on the sleeve directly like this, all the way up. But for me, it makes me feel better if I actually do it this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it. I'm going to fold it in half, like this. So I'm going to keep, now if you notice my arm is not in the brace, but I'm definitely holding my arm to my body. So I won't put too much weight on my arm because it's starting to strain a little bit here. So when I put my arm on my body, it helps out a little bit. Okay, so when I do this, I find the stitches here. So once I find the stitches, I want to put the stitches on the inside of my arm so it can be facing my body, so it won't be shown. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and put this on. Okay. Go ahead and slide this on up my arm. Now, it's not saying that this is the better way of doing it. It just makes me feel better about doing it this way, because you're going to see later on why I do it this way versus just pulling it up as one unit. Okay. So once I get too much into my my forearm, that's when I'll go ahead and get the other end and just kind of like sheet it up. So I just kind of push it up a little bit, pull this up. Either way, if you do it the long way or you do it the halfway, they both are going to be difficult to put on. I just do it this way because it just makes me feel like I'm doing something a little easier. Ouch. It didn't hurt because of the smacking on my wrist, but it hurt because I kind of I kind of like jolted this area right here. Okay, here we go. All right, so I think I have it up. I think I have it at the right spot. So now I can go ahead and get the top half and actually pull it on up, just like that. Go ahead and pull it up, just like that. And as you can see, that it should have covered the wound. As you can see that, it covered up my entire wound. So this is perfect because once I go out in public, nobody will be kind of disgusted seeing that, since it's still kind of fresh, you know? So I have my brace. I get my brace and put it back on. Now I already have my brace positioned already. These are like positions, so this is like to extend it down. So if I wanted to be able to extend it more, it can actually go down further. Now I usually do the extension because when I'm actually working on, like, you know, like a workout, I use it as an extension. But I won't do this all day because, as I was saying earlier, the reason why I have my arm on my body, because it tends to, if I actually let it hang too much, all of a sudden, like I can feel like the nerve, like I can feel tension here, and I'm starting to feel tension here. So that's the reason why there's a brace here, because it helps you not to extend your arm. Okay, so I'm gonna put this back at 75, the extended part, because I just want to rest my arm. I just want to rest my arm right now, so I put it back at 75. And as you can see, this top part is the flex part. So the flex part is actually for me to actually go up. They recommend me to have it here because they don't want me to overextend this part as I'm going up for safety reasons. They don't want me to do any damage somewhere here. So right now they only want me to set it here. So I just leave that there as it is. But it's not like I can do anything anyway. It's not like I can try to overdo it. Because see, I can only go for so much anyway because it's very tight right there. Now when I actually flex, I feel the tightness. I feel the tightness mostly right here. I can feel that tightness right here. So sometimes when I'm in workout mode, I will just massage this area in hopes of actually relaxing that. Maybe I think this is a tendon muscle right here. So I try to relax that area. I don't know if that's a ligament or not. But I'm flexing it more now than before. So let me go ahead and just finish putting on this brace. Okay. All right. It may not seem like I need the brace, but I definitely need this brace. This brace is a lifesaver. If I don't have this brace, or if I'm not sitting somewhere relaxing my arm, it really feels like somebody stabbed my arm because it just feels so painful because it's straining the nerves and stuff like that. Okay, so that's pretty much it, you guys. I'm ready to go out and be seen in the public. You can't see the wound. The black sleeve blends in with this black and blue. I was so grateful to be able to show you guys my story, my experience in the hospital, showing you guys my wound, the compression sleeve, and also my brand new brace that I'm so excited about, you guys. Please make sure you guys like this video and please subscribe to this channel. If you guys would like to, you guys can actually leave a comment. I will respond to you guys if you guys have any questions. Just please know I'm not a doctor, I'm just a patient that is going through a recovery period. So the answers that I can give you to your questions is only going to be based on my experience. Thank you guys for watching my channel. Peace.